What's up? Still sick, but I'm happy today. I'm happy. Not only because I'm here, but because I'm in the best fucking country on earth, alright? So, we're gonna make some code. But yeah, I think today we should be able to get this shit working. Like actually shoving shit into the DB. So let's hope. Alright, let's go. Alright. I might have to switch push to talk for this one. God damn, this morning is hard. Okay. So, today, we needed to implement commit. Because we have everything from the DB's point of view, right? We have the view select. We don't have a view insert, but I don't believe that we need it. Because we can divide into all the sub-element, we could call it. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Oh, wait. I'm thinking about it. Okay, the issue that I'm having in my mind right now is how do we want to encode those views? Because here, like, first of all, we're not using a standard way to do things, right? We have this big ass view that's not divided into its component. I guess the only thing that we're going to get from a view that we're going to like reference realistically would be the AST ID. So in that case, we just need to make sure that we keep the AST ID somewhere. I don't know. Then we also need to enforce the unique part of things, which is a little hard. Sorry, I'll cough a lot today. Alright, let's think about this for a minute. So there's multiple part of this, right? So right now I want to think about it from a reference point of view, right? And when I say reference, I mean this. So the way that we do things normally, when we call a reference, let's go see how it's encoded. Like we point to a specific table, then we give it the reference. Then if we have an attribute, we pass along the attribute. Now the issue here is how the fuck do we want to encode all that? So maybe we can do the same exact thing, but at attribute like maybe we can create a new type of reference. Maybe that's the way. So create a new reference, which is a view reference. And this view reference, you don't really pass all of that bullshit. All that you pass is I was about to say the join and the data. But the issue is that's a lot of fucking data. I don't know if I want to If I want to make a dictionary with that shit, that seems like the, like, dumb ways to die. Sorry, I need to find a good key on my keyboard to mute. I'll share what I'm doing. Spoiler, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I guess the key that I'm trying to do is not a valid one. Does this open anything on my system? No. Why can't I use these funny keys? And there's a bunch of cool keys that I have on the top of my keyboard, but they don't do shit. I don't know, does this... I don't know what the fuck that does. So I don't want to use fucking F69 to do something. Fuck me, bro. Oh, wait. Wait. I think I got a brilliant idea. Let me test something. Oh boy, that works. Alright, so sorry if it buzzes your ears a bit. I don't know what the result is. Well, let's just test, okay? You'll hear shit for a bit. Okay, it seems that it does literally fuck all. We're good. Alright. Let me just set everything up. All right. Okay, reference. I feel like I'm so heavy-handed on the data that we use, and I don't like it. So at this point, what I'm doing is just fucking throwing a whole ass dictionary, like that whole ass view into a dictionary in order to reference it. That seems a bit insane. Nah, I don't know, fuck it, we'll do this. Oh wait, that's dumb. Or is it? Who the fuck knows? Okay, let's just note something. Refs doesn't work with views at this level. Needs to be fixed later. Okay. One thing. All right. Sorry, guys. Now at this part, I feel like I can be heavy-handed a bit more and I don't give a fuck. So let's go. Okay. So how does this work? So when we get a view, we ask a DB for it, and this is implemented, right? Yeah, I did this yesterday, it was great. It's a clean implementation, it's readable. Well, as readable as it can be for this type of fucking shit. I redid a bunch of other implementation because this system is just great. Like technically I could make this a map, but I have a soul. Or do I? Or do I? Oh man, I got no fucking soul. No. Let's not think about this. Okay, view select. So this works. View set. So here, what we want to do is to store things into our queued view. Store them by joins in order for us to find them again. And then throw in the columns. Wait. Oh no, that works. So now, how all we would need to do would be to... Wait a minute. Okay. All we would need to do... Oh, this is already done. Goddamn. Okay, so this command returns us the exact value that we should input into the DB. Now what we should do as a first step inside of commit should be to resolve each view, throw them at their right place. By that I mean each set. And then we should be good, question mark? Why don't we actually do this in this step? I don't get it. Maybe I'm hoping for like the greatest map in history. We're gonna make a map of a map of a map. Like the commit is table ID specific. This doesn't make sense. We need to resolve this before. So let's not be dumbass. All right. So let me check a thing. All right. Okay. So we have the result of our view, which is this big, juicy double. Now, what we want to do is to divide it into multiple set. So let's go look. Oh shit. I was about to say, let's reuse set. But this doesn't work. Because set has some logic that prevents us from reusing it correctly. So I guess we could do it like this. This feels like I'm overlooking something. Oh, fuck it. Or maybe we can do it somewhere in here. Maybe not. All right. Or join in joins. So for each join, we're gonna have to mess around with this. Now keep in mind, join at its 0, 1 second value, well, third value, but position second, has a counter that we need to loop around. So let's do that. Or so this should tell us how to read the values. Okay. Let's just go borrow what we have here. We're essentially doing all of this over again. Fuck, let's just copy this and see how we can implement it. Okay. So joins. Okay. Alias offset. We need to set that somewhere. I know it's data offset. I'm a retard. And data offset is equal to 0 at the start. Alias is something else and it's fucked. We don't have to think about it. Okay. Alright, we don't need this. I feel like doing this in a loop is kind of dumb. Fuck. Who cares? Okay. Did I make a mistake here? Finding mistakes one at a time. All right. I feel like this looping is dumb. Because it is. Why don't we just... Um... Okay, I guess let's do this just to be sure. Alright. So here's the theory. We should be able to get the length of this in order to cut our data tuple and set everything correctly. So if we use the set command, we do this. Is that how cute set are actually done? I think they are. Yeah, I think they are. Okay. Oh, but it's not going to go in that way. Okay, so we need to set the table ID. No, we already have the table ID. Okay, we should set the full thing. Alright. Yes, okay. Nobody gives a shit about the key. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, what the fuck am I doing? Okay. So here we set the ID. The ID should be first value in here. So we're reversing this essentially. And the value here should be this. And we cut it to the length of the init table. So this should give us exactly the set that we want. Now for the table ID that we want to use, we're going to reference the join here, which join, not joins, join 00 should not true. Join 10 should give us the actual value. Now that means that we need to do this once for the initial join in order for this to work. And let's just go through our whole idea here. We want to then resume by cutting this one. Like this. I forget parenthesis. Yes, I did. Okay. So we then cut it. So essentially, let's write it down. So essentially we have a big tuple of value, right? That we want to set. And what we're doing, we're just fucking cutting things each time we're inserting a set until we're done. This should make sense. Okay, let's do this for the first time. Here. So that also means that all of this is fucking useless. And that we don't even need a data offset. And that we probably can do some dark magic somewhere. Who knows? Let's just be sure about what the fuck we're doing. Don't want us to pass along references that will fuck us over. This looks sensible. So this should put it into the different sets. Yeah, I think we're good. So that means that we don't even have to edit commit. Just make sure that we have not fucked up the implementation of these things. Which one is it? No duplicate, okay. So it's this one. Okay, we're good. All right. Okay. So this should all work now. Wait a second. Let's think about reference. For real, for real. Fuck. I guess that's gonna need to be it. Fuck us. How do ref work? I feel like I'm setting myself up for the biggest fucking mistake in this design. Because it won't work later on, but who gives a fuck? Let's create a new concept. Okay. I need to think about how to make this correctly because I don't want this to be absolute unreadable shit. Which it obviously will be. Maybe we need to absorb that. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just assume that we have that, alright? So we either have this or this. So with this, so let's think about this. Okay. So the view result should equal something like this. So here we can do... Oh, fuck. Okay. So if view result at position 1 is equal to this, then we should be able to just give the result. Sorry. You know what? Give me a second. It's so triggering that most music have a copyright. We should have somebody that does music for the stream. If somebody enjoys these streams, you could be the sponsor, and I would send people to buy your album or to watch it on Spotify, I guess. Just have to make fucking music. That's good. Easy, okay, easy. and not sell it to a fucking brand so that I get my shit fucking struck. Alright, view result equals done, then we should be able to just get our values from the thing. So, the thing that we should do then should be to look into our joins, do if joins 0, 0, 0. So if our first join, which should be MAST, is equal to the query's join, the query's table ID, then we should just return whatever the fuck it wants. So we do view result, go to 2, which is where the values should be, unless I'm mentally handicapped. Yes, I have it right here. What a dumbass. Alright, so return this, but not only this, we can then use the query's row or column ID. So that's one. If that's not the case, then what we want to do is to loop through all of these. So we do for join in joins. And we also need to keep in mind that's where we're going to need a data offset for this one. Well, it's not 0, it's the size of the length of this table. Do we have access to the tables in here? I'm sure we do inside of CS. Do we? Fucking hell. I hate it when I lose my train of thoughts. Let's just get this shit over with. Okay, so joins doesn't exist, keep that in mind. So join is actually view result 0. Holy fucking shit. You know what? Let's not be retarded. Readability is already shit. Probably a good idea for us to do it that way. Oh, fuck it. Let's put it here. Okay. We need to reference tables that we don't have access to yet. How do we do that in here? Well, we have the fucking list of tables, you stupid shit. So I guess we're gonna do a dirty reference. Well, if we have access to GP, do we have access to the tables? Sounds like a plan. Alright. Length of initial column. So that we skip. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So then we can go through the join. What we do is we do if join 0, 1, this, then we return plus the data offset. So this would work. If not, then we just need to add the length of this, but here of the join, if join number 1, yeah, alright, that works. So this should always result in whatever the fuck we're asking it to give us. This should work. Okay. Now, if we're not able to return from this shit, that means that bad things are ahead. So now we probably need to create OP view ref. New concept to make my life complicated. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Ding ling ling. Okay. And we're going to pass the query. And the view result because we're lazy, I guess. Do I actually want to do that? I guess. Alright. So now, how are we resolving this shit? So we need to detect for OP view ref inside of, oh, it's in here. Inside of execute. Oh yeah, I guess we're passing ref processing over everything now, so fuck. So let's actually read the ref to make sure. So if ref1 is equal to OP ref, then we go with this. Let's call emergency shutdown if ever we don't have anything. Okay. Now let's think about how we want to process this. So we're going to have this. Goddamn, I gotta pee. Give me a second. I'm actually fairly proud of our progress. We're doing pretty great. Okay. Yeah, so we need to implement this. Okay. So we have this ref. How the fuck do we unlock it? So I guess here we need to implement something for CS result. Wait, did I skip a couple of things? Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, so what we need to implement is the CS result for views and what binds table handling with the table engine for views. So let's first detect what type of view we have. Like this. And then I think we can directly call TE in order to do set, right? Yeah. I'm confused. How do we reference any of that shit correctly? I guess it's in store that we... Guess it's in store. Alright, not for views. Or yes for views? I don't fucking know. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is so bad. Fuck. All right. So this makes a bit more sense. Okay. So now we can completely disregard store. That's some lazy fucking way to do things. All right. View done. All right. If we have done, we should call set. Oh, wait. We need to check here if the length of this is the same as column. Because there might just be no fucking nuns. Who knows? So if this is the case, you don't have to do this part. No, I'm retarded. We're never doing view set for something that's already in the DB. God damn. I was about to fuck up big time. So here, actually, we shouldn't... Yeah, okay, I got it. Let's put it with the other. And here probably should do CS result view, right? Give me a second. You know when your nose never feels okay? That's a real good feeling. All right. Okay. How do we want to do this? So we need a way to be able to reference whatever the fuck this is. Okay, OP view done. Does it passes along the joints? It does, right? Joints. Okay. So we should be able to just play with the joints, right? Okay. So that's one thing. That's a tricky one. I feel like whatever I'm doing, I need to remove possibilities for the design in the future. It's kind of triggering. Okay. So first here. We can fuck, we're making this so complicated. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Okay, I think we're making our way to a better world. This feels better. This feels way better. Okay. So now we have the length in the CS. So here, if it's a view done, I don't even think we need this, right? We can just do the same thing as this. Yeah. Oh man, that's going to be way better. Holy shit. Holy. That's good. Okay. Okay, I'm happy about this. I'm very happy about this. Okay. No, we need the ref view first. Fuck. Let's remove this. I don't want to get bogged down. Okay. OP view ref. Alright, we're doing good. Okay. Okay. So here, what we essentially want to do is do this. I mean, do this. I just want to check a quick thing, because if we can reuse all of this, we'll reuse it. Oh, I guess not, because we've got returns into it. Okay, fuck. Okay, let's copy this and think. We don't need to check for this. It's impossible. No, I'm retarded. It is the case. Okay. Okay, so our ref... should do ref 0 query. That's going to be a bit more readable. And ref 2 is the view result length, right? So here we should be able to do self.cs result. I think this might be a bit too complicated now. Okay, so we're only putting data. So we need to do a bit of magic ourselves. Okay. So we need to choose to check within our query if it fits the data. I guess we need to go get the join from the original CS, maybe? That sounds realistic. Okay. Okay. So with our joins, we can go check and return the value that we need. Fuck my brain. I guess we should call it view data. Okay, view data. Now this view data, if those two are equal, let's think about it for a second. It makes sense. Okay, if these two are equal, we are seeking essentially the first value in data that's pointed to by the query at the column number. Okay, that makes sense. Now we need to create a data offset to offset this. So GP table array, that makes sense. Join. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. Then we and then we loop around the joins. We make sure we keep in mind that there may be some looping there. If our table fits our query, then we should do this. That offset the query. Yes. That's so good. God damn. That offset. We had this. Yeah. That looks good. That looks so fucking good. Holy. Okay. So these all work. Now what we want is a view set. Right. So let's think. So normally we go ahead and append and ask T to handle it. So let's think about how this would go about. So first we pass the join. After we pass the data that has been scrubbed. Yes, okay. NT seems to do its magic. Whatever the fuck this is. I don't know. And then wait a second. Okay. I had some doubts. Okay. Fuck, I need focus. Alright. This makes a lot of sense. Now what we need to check if is view set. Does it return the actual result or more? Just the result. So this would make sense. Okay. So you're telling me this would just work trademark? We're done? What the fuck? I feel that at no point was I able to hold all of that in my head. There must be something fucked. Oh, bro, I don't know. So it does, so this can shut the fuck up. Okay. So that would mean that we just have to integrate views through all of that shit. And we're good. What? The fuck? There ain't no way. Oh my, oh my. Right. Where is that fabulous function I did? I love myself so much. I have no fucking clue what this is. God damn. Okay, G is a reference to top G. Yo. Fuck, this feels retarded. Oh my. Okay. Let's think. Let's think. So the way that we do reference with ASTs is by knowing the length of CS. So we should be able to disregard this. This dot view. Right, and table handling its dot view. Yeah, okay. Provide the join and the data. Okay. So we provide the join. So here the join should be. Oh man, this is so cancerous. We need to fix this. We need to fix this shit. This is horrible. This is horrible. Okay, whenever we declare this shit, we need to bind everything, okay? This cannot be. This is retarded. Fuck. When do we import this shit? CAST. Am I blind? Bro. Here, okay. Fuck. We need to bind something here. Okay, what's the disgusting module thing that we had? Where is it? Okay, so when we init each table... God damn, that's disgusting. Fix or C. Hello? What the fuck happened? How does this work? Oh my, oh my. Okay, I got my answer. Alright. And here we want to set a new thing. We want to set table name. Nope. Want to set self. Well, fuck. Fuck. We need a set attribute. Set attribute. This shit. And we want to set it to self table name. And the value we want it to return is self. That's so fucking disgusting. God damn. So now we can just assume this will work. Fuck, that's a different thing. Fuck. I'm retarded. Stop. Autocomplete, you stupid bitch. Okay. First value is the query. Second is the land. Okay. So query should be easy. Let's call it ASTID LAN. Okay. None because we don't know. What's this? Okay. Okay. This is kind of a retarded way to go about it, right? Fuck, it's the first time that we're screwed by reference like this. Well, you know what? I'll go pee again. Give me a moment. Oh, shit. For how long? Probably since I came back. 15 minutes. It's okay. Could have been worse. I think you had a bad night. How's it going, MB? When I saw that you sent a message in the server at 2 a.m., I was like, oh boy. Our guy is having a night. But just to repeat myself, I'm on the end right now. I won't last very long. Just wanted to know how you doing. And we've done some good things. We're done with the implementation for views. We just need to make CAST work with it, but my brain ain't it. I ain't able to. And especially that now I'm getting into a weird conundrum where we kind of use getref and getref views together, which is a bit fucked up. So I'll need to find ways to make it work, I guess. Last night was a night. Sounds like it. I hope that you get better. And I'll get better soon. I guess it's a little surprising to see my daughter not getting better. I'm like, oh fuck. Normally it takes the same time for me to get better than her. And right now she's like over a week and a half. I don't want this for a week and a half. A cold with coughing over the COVID is hard. Ah, god damn, my man. We're living it right now. We're through it, okay? Let's go. You know what? Let me bring the positives, okay? Did you watch the news yesterday? Did you see the incredible member of parliament for Nunavut cross the fucking floor? We have another liberal, my friend. So, unless Mark Carney bombs a kindergarten, we should have a majority government. Because we only need to win 2 out of the 3 elections coming up. And it's not as if Terrebonne was going to fall to the Bloc's hand. So we're pretty good. We're pretty good. That's pretty much the news that keeps me happy today. And also the fact that we're going forward with everything. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, I also saw Australia. Introduction speech for him. Oh, the full speech is good. It is good. And, like, not gonna lie, I know that we don't trade a lot with them. Like, no matter how much the speech is good. Like, they were talking about, what was it, like 6 or 8 billion? It's a minuscule amount. But it's still good to see that even across the world, across a freaking ocean, pretty much, they're pretty much as far away from us as it could be. We still have friends there. And we still have all the goodwill. Yeah, you would dig down, you would get to Australia. Like we often say, at least, that's what, when I was young, that's what people would say. Would say, you dig down, you get to China, but no, you get to Australia, okay? And, man, it's good to see all the good faith, all the good, like, Optics. I mean, I guess that lately I've been a little bit triggered because of the Iran debacle. And the fucking news cannot, like, cannot stop talking about Mark Carney saying that he's fucking supporting and not supporting at the same time. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares about Iran. We just want the price to go down. Holy fuck. We just want this fucking bullshit to stop, and we don't have any power, but we cannot say that we're going to just fucking support the US being retards. But at the same time, we cannot say that we're not going to do anything, because if NATO Article 5 gets fucking triggered by Turkey, we're fucked. How hard is it for the fucking media to get this? That both position, even if they feel dumb, they're forced. We don't have a choice. Digging down with the right angle, you can almost get anywhere. True. Oh man, the news triggers me sometimes. They really do. They really do. All right. All right. Here we need an if to be able to use this with non-views as long as we have the pause, we also need to edit the processing or it do not die. Well, yes and no, right? We say that the news like wants our eyes, right? It's just going to yell. But like I'm expecting more from CBC and from Radio Canada. I think that no, let me be clear. CBC is doing pretty great. Radio Can, god damn. Sometimes the people that they have on are fucking retards. I'm sorry, but I feel like... What's her name? Give me a second. Let's go on YouTube. We'll find her. Radio Canada. Like, she's fucking everywhere. I like Dimitri Sudas. I think he... Like, even if he's not aligned politically with me, he still feels like someone that has a brain. Goddamn, she's there like 16 times a day. How could it be that she's not fucking there today? What the fuck? Okay, it might be because they spam shit a lot. I just want her name. Oh, her. Chantal Hébert. Okay. The one in the middle. God damn. It's a 50-50. You hear her and she's like, one time, it's fucking garbage, like the dumbest shit. Like, you're like, do you know anything that you're talking about? Or are you there just to be outraged? And the second time, it's like the most composed, like, well thought out opinion. I feel schizophrenic listening to her. I don't understand what her fucking views are. It's just dumb. Not anymore, since they have to be self-sufficient. CBC has a larger possible audience, so they have a little more leniency. Yeah, but they should be funded against that, right? They should have money for that. Careful, a lot of AI generate user image and voice. No, I'm always watching on the Radio Canada channel. Never outside of that. I don't go for news on my short feed. I only go for fucking memes. And even then, I don't use it often. But no, it's just that, goddamn. I don't know, like, it's like there's a point where you have a lot of experience in something and you cannot say like dumb things about something, right? It's a little bit as if right now, after all that we went through, I would question myself if modules are a thing in Linux. It's like you cannot have gotten that far without knowing what a fucking module is, right? And that feeling comes up often with her, where it's like, how can you say that, but not see the obvious fucking thing that you're saying anyway? Yes, but not anymore. There is a law about that allowed publicity but removed a lot of funding. Is that true? My understanding was that Radio Canada and CBC, let's use CBC because it's going to be easier to search. CBC funding law. My understanding is that Carney, when he came in, was like, let's fucking go. That's a pledge. You're telling me that they didn't pass shit? I'm a bit triggered. Okay, this is clearly a bullshit institute, but I just want to find the law. Oh yeah, it would have been within the budget. Wait, I know my budget. Canada 2020. It was 2025 budget, right? That's how they call it. They didn't. Canada Strong. View the budget. I read like half of it. My fucking brain is mush. CBC. Okay, CBC is part of our Canadian identity. Canada's new government is protecting our national broadcaster by ensuring it has the resources it needs to modernize and deliver for Canadian and to provide to continue providing a programming in both French and English. Budget 2025 provides 150 million. Okay. That's a funny one. That one made me laugh a bit. But it's not a lot. 150 million. I would have dumped, like we're talking about 1.5 million. Just bump another fucking million in there. Have some balls. And it's a one-time thing. What the fuck? What? Wait. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Empowering. Millions of dollars. Okay. Okay, that's the sins. Alright. That's not a lot. Okay, that's the actual law. All Canadians. 44% people age 60 older consume most days. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's just a fun fact. Okay, so because it's a budget thing, I guess they don't have to put it in a law. Okay. It's nothing, yeah. Compared to what they had, but that's true, that's true. CBC. Budget. Right, that's pretty fucking old. But I guess they probably have a graph for funding long term. Oh man. That's how the money is spent, I guess. Let's go down and see. Money, money, money. 32. Revenues. Okay. Okay. Infrastructure cost. Okay. I don't care about that. Okay. Revenue and government funding. So, we're essentially having 1.5 billion as revenue. Yeah, it looks as if they froze it. No long term. Oh man. Let's go like 2018. Bro, what the fuck? I love it, I love it. This one's a PDF. Fake lawyer. I mean, for the time, it hasn't grown that much. Goddamn, can we go back a bit? I don't know, I think I'm going back too much. Yeah, it has not grown enough, clearly. But it's not as if they slashed it. It's just a growth issue. And the fact that Carney made it a one-time thing, I mean, that triggers me. But again, we need to keep in mind the pressure of the budget. The budget needed to keep the deficit in check. And when you do these kind of things, you're adding to the debt, but you're not changing the deficit because you're making it a one-time thing. And if we check deeper in the budget, we'll probably find that 99% of the revision will be like that for this exact reason. Because they want to look like fucking... like it is a one-time thing. Oh, who cares, who cares? I'm done for the day. Someone did slash it at one time, can't remember when. Yeah, for sure, Harper must have done this, right? That sounds like Harper. I don't know, if we go back to like 2001, what did it look like? God damn, that was a small fucking... What the fuck? What the fuck is this? In 2001 it was 300 million. What? That's insane. No, I'm reading this wrong. Okay. So, 800 million. Oh man, I was about to freak the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck is this? But no, now it makes a bit more sense. Okay. Alright. Clearly I'm not there. Okay, I'm not there. I'll be back tomorrow. I understand and not prove, but if forced Radio-Canada CBC to chase views, to get money for publicity, and having to sell airtime requires a check what you say, not to scare your clients. Well, yeah. And to me, like, CBC and Radio-Canada should be an institution of its own that's kind of immovable, right? That just fucking reports and doesn't feel scared. Like, am I going to get the politician on my news? Am I going to be able to do that? That's a bad place to be at. And I would argue that right now, seeing how they play ball with the fucking conservative whenever they come on, and they don't push him as hard as the liberals, I would say that they are absolutely playing fucking ball, and that's triggering. Okay, that's triggering to me. Like, just look at an interview from Rosemary Barton and compare, like, Pierre Poilievre with anybody from the Liberal, and it's fucking insane. They should be as neutral as Quebec Parliament TV. I don't know, I've never watched Quebec Parliament TV. Do they really do interview? Yeah, that's the issue. You need to compete on the same ground as your enemies, right? And our enemies as a liberal democracy is this. Okay? The National Post. They are the Hitlerian fucking enemy of the state. And CBC needs to make sure that these retards never get a view. Being neutral does not mean good, right? In reality, okay, let me state this, maybe it makes sense. I don't want CBC and Radio-Canada to be quote-unquote neutral. I want them to show the truth. And to show the truth, most time than not, you need to say to the conservative that they're retarded, right? And I know that saying the truth also means that optically, the Greens are going to have a W every fucking time. Because descriptively, the Greens are always right. They're right about climate change. They're right about fucking everything they say somehow. But I'm good with that. I'm good with giving the W to those that delve in truth and giving a loss to my own side if it means that we're actually dealing in truth and not trying to go for that neutral that truly doesn't mean anything, because the only thing that you're doing once you're being neutral is putting both sides on an equality when one of them is the rape baby kitten party and the other one is the let's make sure that governance is okay party. Like there's no neutral with that. In the editorial, they can have an opinion, but that should only be only place they have an opinion. I kind of disagree. Looking for the truth is one of the base tasks I expect any journalistic entity, but the truth from every side. There is not multiple truth, right? We need to agree on that. We need to agree that, okay, this is my issue. Of course, the National Post will shut the fuck up a bit more today because they feel like they're about to lose all their viewership from shitting on Carney so much. But the problem with the National Post is that they're going to use, like, look at this shit. Like, they're going to put editorials at the same place as news, and people won't see the difference. Like, if I go here, will I see editorial anywhere? Maybe not here. I don't know. Yes, there is only one truth, but everybody changes the truth their way. The journal should dig and find the real truth. I agree, but that's not what we have, right? As soon as we introduce the neutral idea, what we essentially do is we say, let's put all truth on the same playing field. Because we're not able to search for the truth, because as soon as we do, we are going to be labeled not neutral. Yes, news have opinion everywhere. And I don't know if you remembered in the election, give me a second. But in the election, if you went on the National Post and on MSN, all that you would have is Mark Carney is raping kittens, is killing your mom, is finding your dog and killing it live on video, 4K. That was everything they talked about. So when I see these fucking liars try to mess with our democracy, I'm sorry, I'm not going to lay down. I'm not going to tell them that they are okay to do this. I think these fuckers that were pushing these stories that were literal defamation should be in jail. And we need an entity that does this. We cannot be there, right? We cannot be in a world where the people will do a fucking People will vote on what they see. And if what they see is fucking lies, well then we need to fix that. And the fact that the politicians themselves cannot go on and sue because it would fuck over their own like political career is not a reason. I would want to have a third party agency that sues these fuckers and that does it for all sides, okay? I would be okay if there's a fucking commie somewhere that is writing something like, oh, Andrew Scheer is killing kittens. Like, I would be okay fucking sue the bitch. Take this bitch down. I'm all in. But we need to make a way to make this stop. I meant neutral in the sense that they don't protect any side and don't give advantage to anyone. Yes, but that's never what neutral means, right? We agree that this is what it should be, what it ought to be. But it's never true. Not spend X minute on each factions. I agree, but it's like I think that I've been long enough in this world to know that neutral never means this, even though it should. That would open some dark doors. I disagree. Brazil has a third-party agency that is not part of the executive, so is not part of the actual leading government, but can still sue. So they have kind of a second judicial branch that is there to sue people that fuck over with their democracy. We need this, right? Because right now, I don't think that we're protected against the Donald Trump type, right? If Pierre Poilievre tomorrow says, fuck this shit, we're making an insurrection, nobody's going to bring him in jail apart from technically the government, which we need to find a solution for. I think our democracy should have some fucking spikes and should have some guns to defend itself. But hey, that's just me not wanting to become American, okay? The leaf has fallen hill. True. Who would assign the leader for that agency? My friend, we already have answers for this. We are the best country on earth. The Governor General, okay? We can have separate entities through the Governor General, and to be able to make the things impartial, you make it up to the Senate to choose the leader or up to a committee. This can be enforced by the Governor General. Because in our system, we always assume that the Governor General is not a retard. Because if they are, we are dead. We are cooked, okay? So let's resume on that great tradition of saying, fuck it, let's trust the Governor General. How would they be funded? I think we should have a new constitution. We should have a little makeover. And we should essentially write in the Constitution some baseline funding for some entities and give a level of separation to some entities. So CBC would be an example that I would want the CBC to be more separate from the government and to have a baseline funding as per the Constitution. And I would want I would also want that entity that I'm talking about that's able to sue people, that kind of second branch of justice, to also have that funding guaranteed. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't do that. There's no reason why we should gamble these basic part of our society to each election, right? Like, we cannot say, oh, if enough retarded Canadians go to vote this year, we're going to lose all the good talent at the CBC and Radio Canada. We're going to maybe gamble our democracy. We're going to, like, no, I ain't it. No, I'm not doing this. Maple for president, prime minister, based. I am behind all of these ideas. Happy that you are. I mean, I think it just triggers me. It just triggers me that, like, that would open some dark doors. Like that comment. I understand it, but I think that as soon as you start thinking like that, you're kind of unplugging your brain from doing the right thing. Because technically, having the government choose your healthcare opens some pretty darn dark doors, right? Because you're essentially saying, let's fucking hope that they don't cut whatever the hell disease I'm going to have, or else I'm cooked, right? That's dark. That's really fucking dark. But we do it, and it's alright. Putting all the powers of the Canadian state into the Governor General, where if the Governor General turns out to be a fucking lunatic and decides to, like, kill people, technically, legally, there's no way to fix this. We cannot unfuck this. But, like, putting these things in place and setting precedent makes it so we could have a better system. And that's what I argue for. As soon as you limit liberty of expression, it is a fine line to walk. I disagree. I think that one thing, you are right that blatantly lying is bad. Yes, I kind of disagree with this. I think that there's something that changed my mind forever, which was the notwithstanding clause, right? Notwithstanding clause. Like, the idea of the notwithstanding clause is that you can overwrite your most basic civil rights, your most basic rights, if you decide as a lawmaker to put it in the bill and to explicitly say, I'm going to fuck over your right with this bill. I think that that's a fair way to do things, right? As long as it's fucking clear that the people that govern are saying, I will do this, I will fuck over your rights in these ways. And that the people are like, well then, you're just going to go with it, right? Would we prefer a Donald Trump style thing where they will fuck your rights up but never put it in a bill? No, I much prefer it being written on paper. So this is my view to walk it back to liberty of expression. Liberty of expression is okay to be limited. We would never say that, like, child pornography is a valid means of expression. And it's just obvious to us. And in Canada, technically denying the Holocaust is illegal. And we believe that the Holocaust is so clearly a thing that happened, and it's so fucking disgusting to deny it, that you should go in jail for it. And I agree with that. But, like, if we have a conservative government that want to saying that Jesus doesn't exist, you should go to jail, and they put it into law, well, you know what? I'm going to be okay with this. Fuck me then. I'll just not say that Jesus, like, doesn't exist for a couple of years, and we're gonna boot these fucker out of government so hard, it's not even going to be funny. And anyway, at the end of the day, the Supreme Court can fuck all of them over if they want to, if they feel like you're crossing a line. So it's the best system. Canada is truly the best country on earth. God damn, I think I'm starting to cough blood. I'm spitting. Non-withstanding clause are cool. They are. I wish I could be as patriotic as you are. Well, look. I agree, MB. We are a great country, but not perfect. Look, Ned. Let me give you a bit of opium, okay? Let me give you a bit of opium. It was really hard to be a patriotic Canadian when Justin Trudeau was Prime Minister and he was at like 20% intention to vote for him, right? Nobody wanted to vote for Justin Trudeau. Everybody wanted him out. 50% of the country wanted Pierre Poilievre, which is the conservative leader, the Maple MAGA, to be the Prime Minister. It was really fucking hard to be, like, patriotic at that time. But if that moment told me something, is that if your country is worth any fucking salt, it should rise up, okay? It should work. We should end up with something that works. We should still be here. We should still fight. And we should still fucking win. And I hope that is the case for the US, even though you probably know my belief that the US is very flawed democratically because it doesn't take into context a bunch of modern state theory that makes the Canadian state good. But hey, you know what? I'll help you immigrate, okay? I'll sign the paper. You'll think I'm Canadian, Ned, okay? If it ends up a fucking hellscape, come to Canada, my friend, and I'll be happy to help you. Praying for civil cyber warfare. Based. Alright. Enough of my liberal rants. I need to get the fuck out. That was a fun day, okay? Even though my voice is completely fucked. This was very fun. So, tomorrow I'll be there. Probably a little bit later than today, because today we started crazy early. I still think that the province and territories needs more weight in federal management. Go back to bed. Take care of you and your daughter. True. I kind of disagree. But anyway, that's probably more of a, if we get in the subject, we're gonna like talk about each things and we're going to agree on everything. Yep. Bye-bye, okay? Bye-bye. Love you all. Ciao.